cars, or our car in particular, did some really good things that I think could and should apply up there. Might not, but certainly my mindset right now.
Going into round 2, is there anything that you think the 9 needs to kind of step up a little bit, or are you pretty content with where you're running right now?
I'm happy with how we raced last weekend, for sure.
William Byron mentioned that him and his team's kind of been looking at Lars's notebook a little bit quicker considering his dominance the last little bit. Have you or Alan kind of done anything to kind of check in with the team or go through their notes or anything like that, try to get a little bit better to try to have a shot at beating him tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure about the other groups, but I feel like the races, the last couple here, we've been pretty close. And we're certainly always analyzing where our teammates are at and just help to, you're so limited on time, which I think is a good thing because it makes it really challenging, but it is important to be able to have that to lean on. So to answer your question, yes. And I thought we were really competitive to them here last fall. Certainly not in the spring, but last fall, yes. So, I think just keep building on that, and if you can take something from it, great. But also, I think you can get a little lost in just totally worrying about everyone else. So I think we have some strengths and weaknesses that we do well, that we can build on and make ourselves better in our own ways.
Chase, in the hypothetical that NASCAR were to adopt a playoff format that had 3 races, then 3 races, and then 4 races as the championship round, would you prefer that over this?
I think it would be better than what we have.
I'm curious.
Why so?
Why? Because you just have a larger amount of races in a round to decide it. It would seemingly would give an opportunity to have something that's totally out of somebody's hands, not completely derail their championship, what is now day, their shot, at Phoenix. So it seems like is it perfect? Probably not, but I would say that sounds better.
Thank you.
The Goodyear's certainly done a lot with the tires the last year or so, and I'm curious how that challenges the driver as the tire changes and run away from something hard. What's been the challenge for you, or just in the last year? How do you have to adapt?
Yeah, I think you said it. It's always a challenge, and I think the challenge comes in just how quick can you adapt. And it's not just for the drivers; it's also on the teams too, right? Like, where do we start air pressure? How low is too low? We all know that chasing that air down has its benefits at a lot of tracks, not all of them, but a lot of them. As rigid as the back of these cars are, in particular, as you go across bumps, you're basically bottoming out the entire suspension, right? So when that happens, the only thing left to give is the sidewall of the tire, and that's a lot of weight, sitting on the sidewall of the tire, especially going down a straightaway, particularly on the left rear. So there's a lot of things that have to be adapted to in those situations, and certainly from a driving perspective, those small little feels that you have in the car can change a little bit here and there. So it's a challenge on a weekly basis, and the tire. There's been weeks where there is no tire change, and it seems like something is different. So I think my mindset is I'm just ready for whatever, like when I get there, because I don't really know what is or isn't. And, just like we couldn't answer the question as to why the spring race thing happened here, a year ago, but now we're trying to make that happen all of a sudden. So that seems a little odd to me. So, but anyways, yeah, it's always something that you have to adapt to, and I just try to have that mindset on a weekly basis, because it seems like it can be a little hard to predict.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
I'm Caleb Barnes with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.